guys, in this little tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make this little pom-pom edging. I've used it here on the bottom of a scarf for my daughter. This was done using the ripple stitch tutorial that you can also find on my channel for anybody that wants to know, and I started with a chain of 24 plus 2, just for anyone that wanted to know. And then this one's just going to be on how to add these little pom-poms onto the bottom of your work or the edge of your blanket. So I'm just going to be putting it around this little sample square that I've got here. This is the leaping stripes, which you can also find on my channel. I wanted to do it around a piece of work like this rather than a granny square, just so that I can show you where to put stitches, because I know some people aren't too sure. With a granny square or something like that, obviously it's very obvious where your stitches go because you just work into the tops of your stitches all the way around. But I know some people, when it comes to edges like this, don't necessarily know where to put stitches, so that's why I thought I'd do it around this. So to start with, you're just going to attach your yarn anywhere that you like. So I'm just going to pull my yarn through here and tie it on, just with a single knot, and then I'm ready to go. So I'm using chunky yarn here, I usually do for my tutorials. So I've just grabbed the yarn and I've pulled through, and then I'm going to go into the next stitch, grab the yarn, pull it through, and I'm just going to do a double crochet. Now remember, this is UK double, US single, and then again into the next one. So at the moment I'm working along the bottom of my work, so the stitches are pretty obvious as to where they need to go. So I am just going to continue to the corner with you, and I'm just doing a double crochet into every obvious stitch along. So I'm at my corner now, so into this corner space here I am going to do 3 double crochets all into the same space, just to get me around the corner. If you don't put enough stitches in, it will curl up, you see. So that is 3. I'm now going to move on to the next bit, and this is where it gets a little bit trickier because the stitches aren't as obvious to work into. So you can see now we're working along the edges of the work where there's no obvious places to put the stitches. And to be fair, there are no right or wrong places to put them. You just want to try and evenly space out your stitches and go all the way along the edge. If you put too many stitches in, your work will ripple, and if you don't put enough in, your work will bunch up. So you just want to look at how they're spaced along the top of your work in the proper stitches, and that will give you a rough idea of how far to leave your spaces as you work along the edge here. So I've just done one into here, and then I'm probably going to do my next one around here, and you're just going to go into any part of that end stitch and just do your double, and then again I'm going to probably put my next one here, and again just go into any place you can on that stitch. Obviously if you've tied on colour changes, it will be a little bit trickier to get your hook through, just like there, but just give it a little push and it will go. So you're just going to keep working all the way around your work, doing your double crochets. And again, if you've got sides like me where there's no obvious stitches, you just want to try and evenly place them as you go along. Like I say, there is no right or wrong or a certain amount of stitches you need to have by the end of it. You just need to try and get it as even as you can as you go along, really. And just go into any part of the edge of the stitches. So I've got a colour change here, so it's a little bit tighter. And so you're just going to do that all the way around your work. You're going to complete your double crochets, remembering to do 3 double crochets into your corners, and then I will meet you back as we come to the end of the double crochet round. So I'm just coming to the end of my double crochet row now, so you can see I've gone all the way around, and I've just done my last stitch, and so I'm going to join onto where I started from, this very first double crochet just here that you can see. And I'm going to go right through the top of that one, catching the V, and I'm just going to slip stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, and pull through both, and that just finishes off my double crochet round. So now we're going to start the pom-poms. Now you could fasten off and change colours here if you like, but I am just going to stick with my white. So if you've fastened off and attached a new colour, you just obviously attach a new colour, and then we're going to start by chaining 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then I just hold it on that third one here, and then we're going to chain 3 more. So 1, 2, 3. So you've got 6 chains in total, and we're going to work some stitches now into the third chain from the hook, and we're going to do a cluster stitch. So this is your first, second, and then this is your third. And what you want to do is do a cluster. So you're going to yarn over, insert into that third chain, yarn over and pull up. So you've now got your 3 loops, yarn over, pull through the first 2 and stop there. And you're going to yarn over again, go back into that same space, yarn over and pull up. You've got 4 loops, and you just want to yarn over and pull through those first 2 again. So now we've got 3, and you're going to do that one more time. So yarn over, insert back into that same space, yarn over and pull up. You've now got 5 loops, and again yarn over, pull through the first 2, and you're ended up with 4 loops. And at this point you want to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops, and that is your very first cluster. Now what you want to do is chain 3 again. So 1, 2 and 3, and we're going to do another cluster stitch, and we're going to do it into this space just here on top of the last cluster. So just at the very base of your chain 3, and you want to yarn over, insert into that stitch, yarn over and pull up, and again yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, insert back into that same space, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2. We've now got 3 loops, and then one more time you want to yarn over and insert, yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and again you've got your 4 loops on your hook, and you want to yarn over, pull through all 4. So you've now got 2 cluster stitches, one on top of the other, and we now want to fold this top cluster on top of the other one. And to do that you want to pop your hook straight through this space here where we did all of our cluster stitches from the very first one. So you're going to pop your hook through there, yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on your hook. So you're going to slip stitch, and that creates the little pom-pom. And then you just want to do a quick chain 1 to secure that, and you can see that gives you your little pom-pom. And then you're going to chain 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and then you're going to skip some stitches on your double crochet row. So we've come out from this one here, and we're going to skip 3 chains, so 1, 2, 3, and then into that 4th chain you're going to insert your hook through the top of the stitch and slip stitch, so pull through both stitches, and that creates your first little pom-pom. You can see that creates your first pom-pom. So then you would repeat that by chaining 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then another 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we need to do our cluster again. And you're going to do it exactly the same way as before, into that 3rd chain down from your hook. So yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through the first 2, and again yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you've got your 4 loops that you need on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 4, and again you want to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to work our cluster stitch into the top of the last cluster. So yarn over, insert, yarn over and pull up, yarn over, pull through 2, and again, and then yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time, yarn over, pull through 2, and again we've got our 4 loops, yarn over, pull through all 4. And again, once you've done that, you just need to fold down the top cluster on top of the bottom one, and you're going to slip stitch again through this hole here. So pop your hook straight through, yarn over, pull through the first one and through the one on your hook, and that creates your next pom-pom. And then again you want to chain 1 just to secure that, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and again you want to skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then you're just going to slip stitch into that 4th chain, and then you've got 2 pom-poms done. So you're just going to continue that all the way around. So if you need to rewind the video, then obviously do that now. But I'm just going to keep on going all the way around, and then I will meet you back when you get towards where we started from. So I'm getting back towards where I started from now. And when you get to this point, you do just want to sit and look at the amount of stitches that you've got left, because obviously you might not have the exact amount to be able to do your skip 3 and work into the 4th one. So I'm just looking here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then at the end I would want to slip stitch into this one. So on this very next set that I'm going to do here, I'm actually going to skip 4 instead of skipping 3. So I'm just going to do my pom-pom as normal. So I've just done my pom-pom, and now I'm going to skip 4 and work into the 5th one along. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to work into that 5th one and slip stitch. And so now when I do this next one, I will do my pom-pom as normal, and then I will, because I've gone into this one, so I've got 4 stitches left, so it'll be pretty much the same again. I will do my pom-pom, and I'm going to be skipping 4, and then I will finish with a slip stitch, which is where I will meet you once I've done this pom-pom. So I've done that last pom-pom, and now I'm literally just going to slip stitch into the very space where we started out from. I'm going to insert my hook and slip stitch, and then do a quick chain 1, and then I'm ready to snip off. Pull that out and pull that down. And so that is it. That is it for your pom-pom tutorial. I really hope that you've enjoyed this one, and if you have, please remember to give me a quick thumbs up and subscribe to make sure that you don't miss any future tutorials. And also remember to read my description box, because I do list my social media and the yarns and things that I've used in my tutorials. But that's it guys for this one, but thank you very much as always for watching, and I will see you again for another one very soon. Bye guys.